Like, share, subscribe. Shouts out to the Lions Den community. And don't y'all forget to subscribe to the podcast show. Link will be pinned in the top of the chat.
Just name the channel who could bang with us. I'll prove that you are smoking dust. GTV Media is top notch in this game, y'all. You failures only have your self to blame, y'all. Ticket TV and a weapons make you suckers cry. Why don't you close your channel, crawl into a hole and die? Shout out to those who love our movement, no, we'll never flop. Until you get your mouth off LGBT. We are the underground outfit, y'all. We built this whole thing by ourselves, no in y'all. Independence with self-preservation. If you can't take care of self, then how can you build a nation, y'all? Yep, we got that merch for the ladies and yes, we even got that merch for the babies and we got appliances and everything that you will need. We got some banging songs that make anemic haters bleed.
All right, man. Salute everybody for tapping on in. Y'all know what it is, man. Appreciate y'all, man. Press 1 if you guys can hear me in the comment section this morning. Man, I got a banger for y'all, man. This is unbelievable, man. This story right here blew my absolute socks off when I heard this story right here, you guys. And I had to bring it to you because it kind of sums up a lot of what you guys don't see or hear. And so as y'all come in here this morning, I want y'all to hit the like button, share, subscribe, and we're going to get into this, man. Shout out to Buy the Book. Shout out to Garvin. Shout out to Mika, Crystal, Liz Ram, Game Media, Sheila, Hollywood Herm in the building, Beverly, Garvin Ross, Eric, Big J, Greg, Jerry, Sheila, Mika, Sharon, Living Legacy, Autumn, Claiborne, Pooh, Tony Piper in the building, Raekwon, Belinda, Andrew, Bourne. Salute, y'all. Salute everybody in the building. Y'all smash the like button as y'all come on in. So, man, bro. So, a pastor out of Houston, Texas, has now come forward. A pastor out of Houston, Texas, has now come forward. You guys heard all the rumors that Diddy allegedly had these pastors and stuff that was preachers that were at these Diddy parties, allegedly, and that was at these parties. Well, it ain't alleged no more because this pastor came out and not only talked about his experience in the Diddy parties, but he talked about other pastors. And he says about other pastors that was at these Diddy parties and working with P. Diddy and making music with P. Diddy. And he exposed a lot, bro. I mean, and we're going to get into that this morning because this thing is crazy, man. It got real deep and it got real serious, man, because he exposed the side he exposed a side of working with Puff that absolutely brought out demons. And he talked about ritual that they had performed according to him. And he talked about an experience and experiences that he had that was just unbelievable, man, that actually paints Diddy in a more darker, more sinister light than what anybody has ever seen. And I want to shout out to the brother who did the interview with him, right? Before we get into talk about this, because I'm going to do a reaction to this, y'all need to go check him out. Shout out to the brother Tomi Arayomi. That's the brother who did this interview, man, and I salute to that brother, man. According to his profile, he says he's an internationally recognized prophet with 20 years experience in the prophetic ministry. And so salute to Tomi. And y'all make sure y'all go check him out after this video's over with. We're going to talk about his video. And Tomi, man, salute to you, brother, for doing this interview. This is a lot of people would not be willing to come out here and speak that truth. But, you know what I'm saying? Hey, man, the truth is always going to set you free. And it's going to keep you free. And if you live in that, You know what I'm saying? You ain't got to worry about what nobody else gonna come against you and say. And see, that's why, like, when people come on my channel in the comment sections, running their mouth quick to cap for these celebrities and stuff like that, man, you got to look at these people and think like, yo, what's going on with you? Like, you know what I'm saying? And always just keep an eye. But I want to talk about what this guy said because he spoke about his experience with P. Diddy. And he says that he met P. Diddy, and I'm going to let him talk about it. And we're going to do a breakdown of this interview, man, because this was explosive, y'all. And y'all need to smash the like button coming on in because you guys are about to hear some stuff, man. I'm telling you, y'all about to hear some stuff. Now let's get into it.
Let's go right now into like meeting Diddy. Okay. What was it like meeting Diddy for the first time? Meeting him for the first time, it was number one, it was a dream come true. I met some guys who.
And my fault, y'all. I forgot to tell you guys. This pastor's name his name is Rod Long. The pastor's name is Rod Long out of Houston, Texas. And so, and I'm going to tell you guys something. Before I even get to this, I forgot to tell y'all. His mother actually saw this interview he did. And his mother was so disappointed with him, y'all, that he basically gave his life to the devil and was working with P. Diddy and doing the things he was doing. And his mother went in the comments and his mother said this. She said, I'm Rod's mother. I've been waiting for over 27 years to understand why he threw away his music and then he only did gospel music. I'm just now learning as I watch this video. I must say that I'm so proud of the man he has become. Son, you told me that I was the wind beneath your wings. Success is to know God. Keep flying high. I love you, is what his mother told him in that comment section. And Tommy pinned that. And that got a lot of reaction because his mother did not know all of these things were going on with her son. And again, her son was a preacher, and he's going to tell you some things. And again, we're going to talk about this today, right now. We're going to talk about this, and this is going to get real, 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 deep. So hopefully y'all ready for this.
Meeting him for the first time, it was number one, it was a dream come true. I met some guys who said that they could get me to him. I'm producing records. They send one of the records, and I get a call. Hey, Diddy loves the record. He wants to use it, and I get a check for $7,000 for that little bitty track I did. Probably took me 5 minutes to make the track. So I'm steadily sending more records, and now Diddy wants to meet. Now they're like, they want you to come to New York. So I get on the plane, and I go to New York, and I go to Daddy's House Studio, 44th and Broadway in Manhattan. And we're all out there, and Diddy pulls up in a drop-top Ferrari 360 Spider. What's Daddy's house? What's the reference to Daddy's house? So Daddy's house, his name was Puff Daddy then. It wasn't Diddy. So Puff Daddy. Oh, yes, it was Puff. It was Puff Daddy. So Daddy's house recording studio. Yeah. That was your first encounter with him. What was your next significant encounter with him? The next significant encounter was in Miami. Okay. It was in Miami at a party. I just remember him walking in and asking everybody, hey, what kind of girls do y'all want? And a few moments later, girls came in. I think somebody said they wanted Puerto Rican girls, but just a bunch of them came in.
Now, did y'all hear what he just said? This pastor just said that Diddy walked in allegedly and asked them what type of girls y'all want. What type of girls y'all want, right? And said that they said we want Puerto Rican girls. And then a few minutes later, all these Puerto Rican girls walked in, right? And I was listening to this other girl, and she basically was speaking about how she was trying to get into the industry. She had went to one of these Diddy parties, and she spoke about how she was walking around the house outside, and there was all types of crazy things going on outside. But she alleged that Diddy's sons were running outside, and they were handing out certain slippers to certain women that were outside. And the people who got the slippers were able to go inside the house, right? And she said she was walking with her friend, and that one of Diddy's sons came up to her and gave her a pair of slippers and told her, go inside the house. And she said she looked at her friend and she was like, but my friend ain't. He was like, nah, we don't want her. We want you. You go inside. Well, she said she wasn't going to leave her friend. So she just held the slippers in her hand and was walking around, walking around. And then she says eventually something had happened. And it was just like she seen Diddy outside with this prince. And they were doing some alleged, you know, things out in the public, right there outside. And she said the music was thumping, boom, boom, boom. And like he was just like in a crazy trance. And so like I'm gonna stop that right there. Cause then she said she said it was other famous people that was there. And she says that when she went into the house, there was some of the other famous people in the house. And she said she ended up going into the house to see what the hell was going on because it was getting crazy outside. And she said when she got in the house, it was even crazier in the house. And she said she was looking around and in this corner, some people was doing this stuff that was bad. In that corner, some people was having sex and doing an orgy or whatever. This corner, people was having a conversation intense. She said she was walking around the house and people just came up, celebrities, and just started touching on her and violating her and stuff like that and telling her, I want you. And she said, put your hands off me. I don't want that. And she was kind of looking and then kind of got up out of there. You know what I'm saying? But we'll go back to that for a different story. But I want to get back to what this guy said right here as he talked about his experience.
Where did it come from? I don't know. I didn't have the connections with. So, we're in Miami, and that was just,
Oh, my bad. And the girl said that there was tons of other women that was at these parties, hundreds, she said, that was just girl on girl, everything. She said just big, freak fest. But she said it wasn't normal. It was satanic. She said she felt like it was devilish what was going on. And now this preacher is telling y'all he was in there and he's going to tell y'all what he said happened with him.
Was just one of the many instances where, like, the power that, this guy could get whatever he wanted. There was already girls there at the party, but I believe these girls came specifically to do whatever we wanted them to do. So, and it's a flex at this point. You're backsliding, you're gone, or is there still a fight in there? There's still a fight. There's still a fight. I'm dealing with the voice of the Lord every moment, telling me to get out of there, and fighting this. I actually feel like I'm going crazy, and I'm trying to share with other people to see if they're going through the same thing, because I know some of the producers and the writers that I'm around, they came from church too, and I'm wondering, like, man, how are y'all like not feeling this? Like, because the fire of God is all over me, and I'm like, man, I'm gonna lose my mind trying to fight this. So,
So man, this man said that there's all kind of church people that was up in them Diddy parties. He exposing all this stuff. He said it was all kind of church people up in them Diddy parties. And he says that as he got in, he just felt God all over him, like, man, get out of here, man. What is you doing in here? And he looking around and he looking at these other people and he knowing them from the church. And he like, hold on, how is we all up in here just comfortable like this? And he said he feeling that fight coming on him, like trying to fight this thing, trying to fight this thing. It's like a personal inner battle that's going on with him. You understand what I'm saying? And so he looking. And so now when guys like Gene Deal and all those guys said that, all them preachers that be in there and stuff like that, them dudes wasn't lying. Them dudes was not lying. Because this man right here is a preacher. He's a pastor. And he said that he was in there. He does music. And he said that he got sucked in there and that he knew he was feeling it to get out of there. Like, you know what I'm saying? He felt like, man, I gotta get out of here, man. This ain't my stilo right here. But you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let him tell y'all and then we're gonna react to what he said happened. Cause this is unbelievable, y'all. And y'all smash the like button as y'all come in here, man.
there was a couple guys I would try to talk to, and I would say, hey, how do you feel about doing secular and working for the Lord? Like, how are you feeling about it? And some guys,
when he says doing secular and working for the Lord, he means like when you in the gospel industry, you got gospel music. That's music that just praise the Lord, that just praise God. You know what I'm saying? And then the secular music this is for the people who don't know, y'all. The secular music is like rap, hip hop, any other music that's not praising God. That's like secular music. You know what I'm saying? And so he's saying that as he went in, He's asking these people, how y'all comfortable, you know, doing this? Like the way what we seeing going on. Like he said, Diddy came in allegedly, asked them what type of woman they want. He said the dudes was like, we want Puerto Rican women. And a few minutes later, boop, a bunch of Puerto Rican women just walked in, straight up, willing to do whatever they wanted to do. Whatever they wanted to do. And I'm gonna tell y'all something, like, I believe God set Diddy ass down. Sometimes God will give you options. Sometimes you're gonna lose your life, and that's it. Some people, they don't get another chance. They get sent up out of here. Some people, when you in that street life or whatever you doing, and you acting a damn fool, instead of God just taking your life and getting you up out of here, he'll sit your ass down and let you think about it. And that'll actually protect you from being out there on the streets and being able to get killed or whatever like that in the streets. He'll sit you down. And right now, I think that what God did was he hit Diddy with the whole whammer and set his ass down. You understand what I'm saying? And I think that sometimes that's what has to happen. You know what I'm saying? For you to really see, what's going on in your life and with yourself. Sometimes God will sit you down and tell you, hey man, take a seat, playboy. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna take you up out of here, but I'm gonna sit you down and you're gonna sit this one courtside. So let's keep going. And shout out to Tone, shout out to Tommy. Man, bro, you hit this one out the park, brother. And I got a lot of respect for you, dog, for this interview.
Would say, hey, it doesn't matter to me. I mean, it's just a gift. And so a lot of times I would go back to God, like, God, you gave me the gift. Why am I feeling this way? Why am I struggling emotionally and psychologically?
So tell us about the overall environment of the music industry. You're in now the secular industry, at least. What did you experience? Let's say more so from a spiritual Christian's perspective, being inside. What did you experience?
One thing I experienced is that this whole thing is spiritual. Most people would just attribute it to being gifted or being talented, but the spirit realm very much controls what it sounds like, what it looks like, what happens in these rooms, on these records, what's written. I remember even the first record that I did for Bad Boy Records. I remember being in the studio for 4 days straight, no sleep, because I was driven by something more than just my own ability.
Now, he says that he was in the studio for 4 days straight with no sleep because he was driven by something, a different power. Now, doesn't that sound like the same thing y'all seen on Making a Band, the type of shit Diddy was making them people do? Just outrageous, off the wall type shit. Like breaking you down mentally, breaking you down spiritually, breaking you down in every which way, shape, and form. You understand what I'm saying? This man said he went to the studio 4 days. He was 4 days straight in the studio with no sleep. And he was just getting that push. Like, man, dog. You know what I'm saying? Think about these things he's saying. See, I'm gonna tell y'all something. It's easy to these people to come out here and say these ladies are lying that are making these allegations against Diddy. It's easy for people to demonize them. You gonna say that the preachers are lying too, that was admitting that they was up in those Diddy parties? We're gonna say the pastors are lying too, that's telling you how they was losing their soul up in those Diddy parties. We're gonna start demonizing them too and telling them they lying too. See, guys don't want to confront the truth. And when you don't want to confront the truth, you're a part of the devil. And that's a fact. You understand what I'm saying? And again, no man on this earth is perfect at all. By far. No man walking on this earth is perfect. But think about all them women that get demonized for coming forward years later and telling these things. Because I told y'all, this Diddy thing is bigger than what y'all ever could imagine, bro. Because there's going to be so many people that's going to come out with stories. So many people, bro. When you've been in the industry that long, and there's so many people you was working around. And think about this, y'all. This guy right here, this pastor right here, y'all see? This Pastor Rod, he got a lot of courage because ain't no other preachers coming out telling their story. They ashamed. They're ashamed to go back in front of their congregation and tell the truth. So ain't no other preacher telling the story. You understand? So think about that. Think about that. Y'all smash the like button. It goes on. Let's keep going. And subscribe.
It was something driving me to the demonic spirit. I believe it was a demonic spirit in the sense that si hubiese sabido que crecer mi negocio era tan fácil, no me lo hubiese creído.
He says he believes it was a demonic spirit that was driving him, is what he says he believes it was. Now, let's go into why he said that he thought that. That's what I want to go into right there. Why he said he thought that was a demonic spirit driving him.
If I wasn't in those realms, I couldn't hear the music like that. I couldn't hear it as clear. Like, there were certain sounds and certain things that I could hear and produce that if I wasn't in that mind frame, I wouldn't be able to produce it.
So what got you in that mind frame? What would it be?
It would be focus, just almost channeling something else. Getting in the studio and just, channeling it, just pulling it out. And when I got to a certain level of it, I noticed it could come in 5 minutes. I could just create something, and it would be amazing. Some of the most amazing music I've ever heard.
Wow. And you described moments where you saw people actually doing seances over their music.
Absolutely.
So what did that look like?
So we would all be in the studio, and it would almost be ritualistic. We would light candles, and as the beats are playing, they would, their hands would be moving like this, and they would be chanting different things over the music alone. This is before it goes to the writers. And honestly, I can hear it in my ears like it was just yesterday. Like it was amazing music. And I again, you don't get to those realms without a supernatural aid or a supernatural guide.
And
so this man said they was in the studio and they was doing these type of rituals where they light all these candles and people would be in the studio pumping their hands in the air, pumping their fists in the air, doing this ritualistic stuff to these beats they was making and to this music they was making. Bro, you can't make this stuff up. You can't make, if you think this dude is coming out here making this stuff up, capping, something is mentally wrong with you. Something is mentally wrong with you if you think this man is coming out here making this shit up. Everybody ain't fucking lying, man. Everybody ain't lying, bro. You think this man gonna put his reputation as a preacher on the line and come out here and lie about being in that situation? That's what you think? That's what we think, right? This man telling y'all what he was going through. I know y'all don't want to hear this truth. I know you don't want to hear it. I know you don't want to hear it. But you're going to hear it today.
Forward, like your next significant kind of Diddy moment, what was that like?
We spent the time together in New York at Daddy's house, and then when we went to Miami, there was a couple parties, and we never really came one-on-one. You really had to be in his inner circle to get that close to him and to spend that kind of time with him. So being new and coming up through the ranks, and he would come in and say, man, you guys sound amazing, keep going. He would give us encouragement. And of course, we got on some records, and we made the money, and the doors were opening. And I believe that in the realm of the spirit, should I have taken the different sacrifices and the different sexcapades and done all of these things, I think it would have just kept going. But I think the Lord put the brakes on it and in a way and put fire on it. So
almost like a final straw for you.
So after leaving Miami, there was another party that was happening in Vegas. So everybody flew to Vegas. It may have been an industry event, like an award show or something. So we're all in Vegas. Everybody's there. Diddy, I believe Dr. Dre is there. Truth Hurts is there. A bunch of people are there. And so my way was paid, by my handlers from Diddy's camp. And hotel, plane, food, everything I need is all taken care of. And at this point, I'm pretty much about to go crazy, trying to fight what the Lord wants me to do. And when I got there, I said, I can't do it anymore. Party's going to happen that night. I said, I can't do it. So without telling anybody, I just walk away, and I don't even know how I'm going to get home.
So this man says that he just decided that he had to fight this man. He couldn't do it no more. And he said they had a party that night, and he decided that he was just going to walk away and quit. So he says that he just basically went to the street and just broke down crying and just was walking away. And just people was looking at him like he's crazy. And y'all smash the like button as y'all come on in here. He said people looking at him like he's crazy. He's just walking down the street crying in tears. And then he goes to the bus stop and he's sitting there crying in tears. And people are just looking at him like, yo, what's wrong with you, dog? I let him tell it though.
I'm on the Vegas Strip and I'm crying my eyes out like a crazy man. And people are walking by looking at me like I'm a homeless guy. And I'm no words, just in the bus stop, sitting there just crying like a crazy man. And I called my dad, and my dad bought me a plane ticket. I jump on the plane, I go back to Houston. And the phone call started. Hey, where you at? And I told him, hey, I can't do it. I'm not coming there. Like, well, what do you mean you can't do it? We're getting ready to go into the party. Like, where you at? I'm like, well, I've left town. I can't do it. And they were like, what? You joking? And I said, I'm walking away from it all. And they were like, no, you're not walking away.
So he says that his pops, like y'all heard, bought him the flight. He called his dad, told his dad, that he needed to get home. And his dad bought him a plane ticket home to Houston. He says once he got home, they called him crazy and asked him, man, where you at? What's going on? And he was like, bro, I'm just walking away from this, man. They said, no, you not. You ain't walking away. What you mean walking away? What you mean walking away? But y'all haven't even heard the half of this story yet because it gets crazier. And you ain't going to believe what he say next. Smash the like button.
To get here now. And I hung up and I stopped answering calls. But then the threats started. I started getting threats. We're going to find you. None of these guys knew my mom or where she lived. My mom started calling me, hey, these guys are calling. My wife, she was my girlfriend at the time. They were even calling her house. Yes, they were calling my dad. They even came to my church, it was very scary because I almost felt forced into, I almost felt like, well, I'm going to have to go back into this and I'm going to have to fulfill it, because I didn't want anybody to get hurt.
Well, it's almost like
this man said they didn't even know his mom, his dad, none of this stuff. His now wife. He said they started calling his mama, his daddy, his wife, at that time his girlfriend, and he said they showed up to his church, telling him, hey man, can't get out of this, dog. You got to come back over here. That's crazy, bro. But see, this is the part that y'all ain't hearing, man. I'm telling y'all this, man. Y'all ask me, people want to know why I don't like Diddy, because he's a piece of shit. Point blank, period. And I know, if you know, you know. And I'll never celebrate a bitch ass nigga like that. I'll never do it. I never do it. That man put his hands on that girl too. Piece of walking horseshit. And that's what it is.
I watched this video about the former wife of P. Diddy. I wrote a book about her, Kim Porter, and she was speaking about how there was only one way out.
Yes.
Death.
Yes.
You're leaving in a body bag. Or I think it was Rihanna when she got signed to Jay-Z. He said something like there are two ways out. You sign this deal or out that window.
Yes.
She signed because they were on like a 20th floor of a biggest part of the building. And so these things are like cults. They're not really record labels.
Right.
Cult following.
Absolutely.
Wow. Why do you think it was holding on to you so tight?
I think one of the reasons is because I got really close and I seen it with my own eyes. I experienced it. And I had the option to say no and to walk away.
Right.
I got that close. I tasted it and I still walked away. And I walked away because of the voice of the Lord.
And they even came to your church.
They did. Yeah. I told the Lord, Lord, if you help me out of this one, I'll obey you. I'll do whatever you want. And I prayed with a sincere heart. And the call subsided. They stopped. They stopped. But the crazy part is I actually went back to the music. I actually went back. The pool was so heavy. I figured, okay, I got away from them. I'll just carve my own way, and I'll just do it my way this time.
Okay.
I'll do it in a clean way, God. I'll just.
There seemed to be a thing, a common thing.
And see, that's the thing right there, bro. This is the mistake he made right here. Because what he tell y'all happened next, dog. And so, bro, just him saying that he went through those threats and, he felt that pressure. to stay in that life, to continue doing those things, for you to be able to break loose and get out, and then turn around and go back. But this part's gonna blow y'all socks off. What he say happened next, because what he say happened next is even more darker and more sinister. What he say happened next. This is unbelievable stuff. But the man ain't got no reason to lie, and I believe him.
Like God, I won't do the rap thing. I'll just do the beats, okay? Yeah, and the beats. I go to Houston, but you were kind of like a lot. I think sit on the outside, right? In Gomorrah, then somehow you found your way back in again. I did. So here you are back again. So back in the scene.
So what happened was, Beyonce's attorney here in Houston, he had a recording studio on the 21st floor of the Great Southwest Building downtown Houston. It was a nice recording studio, small. They gave me access to it.
And see, let me tell y'all something. This how y'all know he ain't lying, bro. Bro, let me tell y'all something. When people can sit down, and I've always been given this gift, when people can sit down and just tell y'all stories without having to do all this thinking and make stuff up, it's just like that. They're not lying, bro. You can tell when a person is lying and making shit up, man. Stumbling over their words, all this other stuff. This dude is sitting over here giving you specific times, specific places, specific areas, how dudes pulled up. He told you exactly what Diddy pulled up in. This dude ain't lying, man. But some clowns will come demonize him and call him a liar. They will degrade him and call him a capper. They will do anything to try to destroy what the truth is. This man have no reason to sit up here and lie. And the way he's sitting up here and telling these stories piece by piece, there's no way you can think he's lying if you are sane. If you have any type of sanity, you can't think this guy's lying. At all. At all. If you have any type of sanity, you cannot think this person is lying. Straight up.
So I would just go in there, and because I didn't want to lose my ability to create, and I was so used to creating every day, and I'm on a run, and I'm like, man, I gotta get somewhere and get back to the music. For somebody that's creative, not to be able to create is almost depression. So I'm like, I gotta find an outlet. So we make a deal. He allows me to use the studio, and
So he said he made a deal with the guy, and no, I'm gonna repeat this. He did not say it was Beyonce or Jay. He said it was Beyonce's lawyer or her attorney or whatever it was that had this small studio, is what he said. So I want to make sure we got that part right there. I'm gonna play that one more time so y'all can hear exactly what he said, because I know people gonna twist his words and try to say something he didn't say. And so, hold on, smash the like button, bro. Bro, we supposed to have almost damn near over 1,000 likes, man. Come on, man. How y'all got? I'm bringing y'all this great content that this brother put out. I'm giving y'all exactly what happened. The least y'all can do is hit the like button, share, and subscribe. Let's get into it, man.
Not to be able to create is almost depression. So I'm like, I gotta find an outlet. So we make a deal. He allows me to use the studio, and I'm in there creating every day. And a lady comes by, and she says, "Hey, I got some cookies, some ganja cookies." And so I eat one.
Now think about this. This man say he in the studio making music, and this lady come by with cookies and says, "Hey man, I got some of these ganja cookies for you." And he said he started eating them. He said he started eating the cookies. Now listen to what happened right here, y'all, because this shit right here is crazy. I'm telling y'all this.
I eat one of these cookies, and I'm like, man, well, I don't feel nothing. So I eat two. Then I eat three.
That's a nice cookie.
Then I eat six.
Lord have mercy.
So after a while, I ate six of them.
Ooh.
And after a while, everything I think, say, or do is doubling. Like, I'm hallucinating at this point. And I'm like, man, it didn't feel good. This is crazy. Like, I want out of this. So now I'm panicking. Now I'm having a panic attack. And I'm like, Lord, this is crazy. Like make it stop. And my mind is like, I'm tripping at this point.
Wow.
And so I start praying, and I said, Lord, number one, forgive me for this, but help me out of this.
And in your trip, did you go into the supernatural?
I did.
And what did you see?
So it's like I entered.
Now listen to what this guy said, right? This guy told y'all he disobeyed what God told him to do with the Diddy situation. So he's saying that God helped him get out of that situation with Diddy. And he loved doing music so much, he thought that he could double dip and go back into it, but in a different realm without Diddy. So he thought, okay, if I do this, I'll be cool. Well, then he got back into that life doing that again. And now, listen to what he say happened this time, bro. Listen to what he say happened this time, bro.
To a red room. It's like everything became red. Help me out of this.
And in your trip, did you go into the supernatural?
I did.
And what did you see?
So it's like I entered into a red room. It's like everything became red. And I started calling out to the Lord, but then the demons appeared. And they said, he can't hear you.
Just slow down. So you're in a red one. What do you mean red one? Painted red or blood red? What's the red?
It was just, it's like my vision. Everything I saw was just red in color, dark and red.
And then you're calling on Jesus.
I'm calling on the Lord.
Demon or demons?
Demons.
How many?
Oh, it was a bunch of them. They all appeared and they're talking. And it's real. And they're talking and they're saying, he can't hear you. And I said, the blood of Jesus. And they said, it's not going to work. And I'm told you it's not going to work. And now, because of that, I'm really terrified now because I grew up, if you say Jesus, the demons got to flee. They got to go.
And now the demons looking at you.
They're like, he can't even hear you. Oh. They're like, and I'm like, the blood. And they're like, it's not going to work. They said, we got you. And now you're about to die. And now you're going to hell because you disobeyed God. You're going to hell, buddy. And I felt myself going out.
You see them?
I seen them.
What do they look like?
Some of them, they look like gremlins, and one of them looked like a clown, but with a tiny head and a really big. It was weird. It was the weirdest thing I ever seen.
Don't skip this video.
So now, check this out, y'all. So this guy, this is crazy, bro. This story gets crazy, bro. So now he says that when he ate those cookies, he said he ate 6 of those cookies. And when he ate those cookies, he said he started going crazy, hallucinating all kind of stuff, seeing all red, seeing demons. And he said he started calling on God's name. And see, that's the funny part to me. You got a lot of people say, I don't believe in God. But the first time they get in trouble, what's the first thing they say? Oh my God. They call on God. Think about that. You got all these people say, man, I don't believe in God. The first time they in some real shit and they get in trouble for real, the first thing they do is call on God. Oh my God. Straight like that. Think about that. That shit real. But this dude said that he basically started calling on God. He said them devils, them demons was like, nuh-uh. Can't hear you. You going to hell, buddy. You up out of here. You gonna die. You with us now. You understand? And so he like, damn, man. He thinking in his mind, man, I disobeyed God. He helped me get out that one situation. And now look what I did. But check this out, y'all. It gets deeper than that. And y'all already know.
And as I'm going through this, I feel myself going out. I feel myself like going out. And so consciously I say, if I can make it to the elevator, because I'm on the 21st floor, there's nobody else there. And this is
Wait, cookie lady's gone?
She's gone.
Oh, she left you? Oh,
she left me. She'd been left. Before I even ate the cookie, she was gone.
She left you with 6 cookies inside you?
She left.
Well, okay.
And so I said, if I could just get to the elevator, at least somebody will find me if I go out. So I get to the elevator and I hit the first floor and I go out. I'm going under. And the security guy finds me and he calls 911. Now I'm unconscious, but I can hear everything that they're saying. And they're saying,
So, man, bro, this situation is crazy out of control, y'all. This situation is crazy out of control, man. And, man, bro, you guys, wow, I'm just telling y'all, man, that this one of them situations, man, where I'm just looking at this thing like, man, so he's now in the ambulance, you know? He in the ambulance. I told you guys before, I had a situation like this. I had a panic attack one time. I told y'all, my heart felt like it was jumping through my chest, bro. I'm talking about, I thought I was going to die in that ambulance, man. And I looked at Shorty, I was like, yo, don't let me die right here. She put a pill underneath my tongue to kind of slow down my heart rate. They was trying to get my heart rate to slow down. That y'all felt like it was about to, chest. Boom! Boom! It felt like it was about to blast out of my chest, is what it felt like. Y'all press one if y'all can hear me in the comments. Hold on 1 second. Press one. Hit the like button if y'all can hear me in the comments. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Can y'all hear me? So yeah, that's what happened, right? So then I'm finna tell y'all what happened next, right? I'm finna tell y'all what happened next, right? So let's listen to what this brother got to say.
My God, he's too young to have blood pressure this high, and we got to hurry up and get him to the hospital. And they said that my veins were jumping out of my neck like this. And I get to the hospital, they're running, tubes in me, and, my heart is racing. I can hear the doctors. The doctors are saying, we can't figure out what it is because it's not physical. There's nothing wrong with him. So I'm like, oh my God, my mind is going, like, man, I'm literally going crazy, playing with the devil, and now I've lost my mind, and I'm terrified. And I'm out, I can't wake up. I'm just like, the demons are talking, it's torture. And so all of a sudden, I hear the voice of my pastors. They came into the hospital room. I don't know how they heard I was there, but they come in and I can hear them praying, speaking in tongues. And all of a sudden, boom, peace came over me. Now I'm still unconscious, but I felt at peace. The voice of the devil stopped, and I'm sitting there and I'm talking to the Lord. I'm still unconscious, but I'm talking to the Lord. I'm relieved, like, wow, this is crazy. And I'm asking the Lord. One thing I remember asking the Lord, I said, Lord, if this is really you telling me to leave this music completely alone, give me a sign. If not, if all of this wasn't sign enough, I'm like, Lord, give me a sign. Okay. And the day I get out of the hospital, I find a cassette tape on the ground called The Truth Behind Hip Hop. Okay, that's by that pastor, G. Craig Lewis. Craig Lewis. Yes. I find that tape on the ground out of nowhere. And I listened to it, and it was a big part of me, wow, being delivered from that music and from the pool, because it helped me understand spiritually what I was really up against and what I was going through. So I know we're running out of time, but I gotta hear this. What was it like going from the secular industry into the gospel scene?
So he then talks about going from like doing the secular music to the gospel music, and he said the gospel music industry is just as cold. People be stealing people's music, all kind of stuff. And so this guy right here, again, man, he exposed a whole different part of that underworld life as far as the music is going on, and as far as the music that he did with Diddy, man. And bro, it's crazy, man. Like you're getting people that are speaking on many different realms of experiences with this guy. You know what I'm saying? In the industry. And again, I believe his story. I believe his story. His mother did not go out there and post this on that page. His mother did not say, I am Rod's mother. I have been waiting for over 20 years to understand why he threw away his music and then he only did gospel music. I'm just now learning as I watch this video. And sometimes it be like that with your parents. And I want y'all to think about this. You guys will say the same thing about ladies or people who come out years later and speak on things and say, oh, they're all lying and demonize these ladies and stuff like this. This man's mama says she's been waiting over 20 years, 27 years. It's things that you guys have done that your mama and daddy don't know, that they have been withheld from for a majority part of your life. That if they hear you later on in life and you in a different place, you may speak about the mistakes you made. But this man's mom said she's been waiting over 27 years to understand why he threw his music away. And then he only did gospel music. She said, I'm just now learning as much or as I watch this video. She said, I must say that I'm so proud of the man he has become. Son, you told me that I was the wind beneath your wings. Success is to know God. Keep flying high. I love you. That sounds like a mama for real. And like when you see this type of stuff, man, I'm trying to tell y'all, bro, everybody's not lying, bro. You understand? And some of these people, they want to be down with the devil. You know? Some of these people that are telling y'all everybody's lying, they cool, but they'll go to church every Sunday and will sit up here and uplift the devil because that's how they roll. You understand? They want to be in those groups. They want to be in those realms. They'll demonize people and tell people they crazy. All these different people coming out telling y'all all these different stories and things that they experienced. And a lot of times people don't tell stuff because they'll get demonized and everybody say you crazy or you a liar. You know what I'm saying? And that's the craziest part about the whole situation. How you gonna come out and tell your story and somebody who was not there gonna tell you a liar, you capping? Think about that shit. Think about having a no good mush mouth ass nigga sit up here and tell you lying and they wasn't there. Straight up. Now, do you believe all allegations? No. But are you gonna demonize everybody for it? Think about that. Think about that. Instead of brother coming in talking about Bronny James, you're blocked. We're not talking about basketball right now. We're talking about something more serious. Don't come in here talking about a kid who scored 17 points on 17 shots and shot 20% from the three-point line and got to play 40 minutes last night because the daddy wasn't playing and got beat by 60 points. Get the hell out of my channel, bro. But I'm just telling y'all this, man. You guys got to understand these type of things, bro. That's why I be like, yo, I listen. I don't just take a judgment or an opinion of somebody. I really listen and look and sit back and survey the scene and the situation. You know what I'm saying? I don't care who it is. I take myself out of the fanboyism. A lot of people are fanboys. They desire to have relationships and be around these certain type of people. I don't give a shit about that. That's the thing I've always thanked God for, is that I grew up around a lot of famous people. So it made me numb to that shit. Like, that don't mean nothing to me. Like, if you didn't, some people would get, like, you watch, like, how people idolize so many other people. Like, they'll go into stage fright, shock when they see celebrities, crying, going crazy, hooting and hollering. You know what I'm saying? I've never taken myself to that point because it just don't move me like that. It don't. You know what I'm saying? It don't move me like that. You know, I'm not going to hate on you. But at the end of the day, it's like you see these people and they're fanatics. That's what they call them. It's almost like you in a trance or something like that. Like you in like a mental state where you just in shock or something. Nah, man. You know what I mean? And like I said, you guys got to listen to people when they talk. I always listen to people when they talk. Ain't nobody going to come up here breaking shit down without doing no pause and all this other stuff, and they making this stuff up. It's not going to happen. When people are giving you specific details and certain things, and bro, everybody's not making that shit up, bro. Everybody's not making it up. And this man, like I said, a lot of people who are in his position, who are preachers, pastors, evangelists, they will never, ever disclose some of this information because they don't want people to look at them a certain way. They only want people to see them in a certain light. But when you're able to humble yourself and put yourself out there and your truth before the people will respect you more because they understand that you're only human as well. And I think by this guy coming out saying what he said, it just shows you, man, the different realms and levels of this thing, man. It shows y'all that. And I think that's very important for people to see that, bro. Very important. Now it's going to be easy for niggas to come out here and demonize this guy, say he's lying, he's making this shit up. But how many more people do y'all need that's going to come out? Because I told y'all this, with this Diddy shit, that shit finna get deep. You finna see a lot of different people coming out, telling all these different stories that was hidden for years. Things that the general public would have never known about a lot of these stories if this Diddy situation didn't happen. And Diddy's not the end all be all. It's just a chip off the iceberg. It's just showing you a lot of these things that's going on and that's been going on. You understand what I'm saying? So when y'all don't believe this stuff, the first thing you got to ask these people, have you ever been there? How you going to demonize and talk down on these people and you ain't never even been there? We're talking about people that's actually been around the dude, worked for the dude. This dude was a Bad Boy producer. He produced music for Bad Boy Entertainment. So now we're going to call him a liar and say you capping? and smash the like button. We should have well over a couple thousand likes. Like I said, I know y'all don't want to hear this truth. I know y'all don't want to hear this truth. But you know what the truth will do for you. So that's what they're going to do. See what I'm saying? And think about this. They're going to say a lot of this stuff, well, people didn't make you do it. A lot of this stuff, they wasn't forcing people to do. A lot of these things, people wanted to be in this life. But they didn't understand what come with the life. See what I'm saying? A lot of people want to be famous and want to be in these certain circles, but they don't understand what it takes to operate and to be in those circles. So you get invited to an event, you want to get in the industry, and they say, hey, come on, we're going to have a meet. Come on, you want to get into the industry, you're going to have to meet all these famous people. We're going to come into the meet. And then once you get there, it's something completely different than what you thought. You're like, damn, what the hell is this? And then guess what? You have no evidence because like that girl said in that interview I listened to last night, when you go over there, they take your phones and lock your phones away. So you ain't really going to have that much evidence outside the people that's taking pictures there. And she showed the pictures that they actually took there. Because they had photographers that's there that take pictures in a booth. And that girl showed the pictures of when she was there. And she showed the video of when she arrived and when she left the house, when she got her phone back. Right? And so I'm telling y'all this. You guys got to see these type of things that's going on and use y'all mind, man. You know what I'm saying? That's why I always tell y'all, I don't never praise no man. That's why I get so upset at how these dudes glorify LeBron James and praise just a man. It's not sad for you to show love to a person, respect a person. But when you start praising and worshiping people, man, come on, man. What is this? You know what I'm saying? I salute you. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, y'all gonna see a lot more of these stories coming out, and people are gonna demonize and say these people are lying. But they already told y'all that it was adults. It was preachers at those parties, and it ain't just famous ones. It ain't just famous ones. You know what I mean? So you getting stuff, you getting drinks, and the girl said they getting drinks, and the girl's just going crazy. She said they was passing out drinks just passing out these drinks. And people was just drinking that shit. They ain't even care what was in it. They was just drinking it. Blah, 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 blah. Taking shots. In the pool, everywhere. Everywhere. And she said she seen underages in there. This is a different girl who did an interview that I saw last night. It's a different girl I saw. She did an interview last night. And she got caught up in that life. She's a singer. And got caught up in that life. I think her name is Tanae. Y'all can check out that interview she did on YouTube. But, they'll demonize her and call her a liar too. And again, I'm not a person to believe all these people. I know women can lie. That's a fact. But I'm just saying, I'm not going to outright just come out and demonize a person and say they cat without having an open mind and listening to the story and making an assumption for myself. You got people that that's out here shitting on people off the rip. That's the crazy part. You got people that's out here shitting on people off the rip. That's the crazy part. Like, as soon as the allegation, they lying. They all lying. Come on, man. What we doing, man? You understand? So that's why I said you can't speak about this stuff if you weren't there. That's why I always say I take an approach where I'm going to listen. I don't believe everybody. I'm going to listen. And I'm going to make a decipher for myself. But you got all these people that's coming out with all these different stories. And like I said, this is the first preacher that I've seen come out. This is the first pastor that I've seen come out. Now, all them other pastors, I ain't heard them say nothing. And he said that it was other people from the church that was up in that parties. He said it was other people from the church that was up in there. But I don't see them speaking out like that. You know, a lot of them people was ashamed that they was up in there. Especially because I told y'all, a lot of people are in different places in their life right now. So this happened a few years ago. You could be in a whole different place in your life. Now you're dealing with this. Think about it. Think about it. Think about that. Right? And so this is a situation that's going on right now in front of the world. And y'all make sure y'all smash the like button too, man. You know what I mean? Smash the like button, man. Hey, man, let's get over 1,000 likes, man. Y'all come on, man. We should have way over 1,000 likes in this video. But see, they're not going to really push this video. And I'm telling y'all why. This man just told y'all on the right-hand side of your screen. Right? So I just want to tell y'all going to hear a lot more stories. A lot more people going to come out with accusations. And a lot more people going to be demonizing these people saying they all lying. But again, it's like this man's mom said. This man's mama said she didn't know any of this stuff for 27 years. She just found out stuff that he said in this interview. But y'all say, oh, one person wait all these years to say something. Man, sometimes people just be holding shit in, man. A lot of people move like that. They are ashamed, bro. They don't want to be looked at a certain way. They don't want you to demonize them. And the reason why I'm like that, and I'm going to tell y'all the reason why I'm like that, is because when you have kids in life, you don't want nobody to just shit on your kids and not want to listen to them if they have allegations against somebody. You at least want somebody to listen to them and see whether or not what they're saying is true. You don't want somebody to instantly come out and demonize them and talk shit about them, because you wouldn't want nobody to do that to your kids, especially if you wasn't in a position to help them. I told y'all, that's why every time I'm driving, I'm on the road or something like that, and I see a person in poverty, got a missing arm, missing leg, missing limb, something like that, I try to give them money every time, because I always think about, man, first of all, thank God he ain't put me in that situation. That easily could have been me. He could have chose me for that, but he didn't. Or that could have been a family member of mine, and I would want somebody to treat them the same way. So I treat other people the way I want people to treat me. So if that was my auntie or my uncle or my grandma or my cousin, somebody like that, that was strung out and I didn't know it was nothing I could do, I would want somebody to help them instead of just drive by them and leave them out there to die. So that's why I move that way, because that good karma come back upon you. You understand? When you do good unto others, it's going to come back to you. And like I told y'all, a lot of people not going to want to hear this truth. But they're going to have to hear this. They're going to have to hear this. So, you know what I'm saying? Again, man, ain't nobody perfect. But I respect a man like this who will put himself out there, because like I said before, man, that man ain't got to put himself out there like that. He really don't. He could have let this thing ride and not said nothing. But what he said is going to touch somebody. It might motivate somebody who's stuck in a certain situation in their life. It might motivate somebody who's fighting those battles, fighting those demons on a daily basis. You understand what I'm saying? Trying to get out of a certain situation. Trying to break that bondage that they're in. So I salute the brother, man. And again, y'all make sure y'all go and subscribe to this dude's YouTube channel, bro. This dude, he did a great job, man. And I salute this brother. The interview is on his channel. It's got damn near 500,000 views in one day. His name is Tony Arayomi. And y'all go watch that entire interview, man. Such a great interview, man. And it's up there right now on his page. But definitely, y'all, let me know what y'all think about in the comment section of this video, man. You know what I'm saying? So this guy right here, he basically exposed. Hey, let's get over 1,000 likes, y'all. We creeping up. We creeping up. He basically exposed the demonic side of him working with Diddy. What he experienced. He basically exposed that, right? And so, like I said before, man, you know, it takes big strength to fight against them demons, bro. Big strength, right? So yeah, y'all hit that like button, man. Like button is free. Share this video too, man. And subscribe to the channel. And go subscribe to that brother's channel and check out that interview he did. The whole interview is up, man. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Salute. I'm gone.